Morning YouTube, it is I, Danielle, better known as Danielle Happy Medium, and today we're going to do something a little bit different due to the fact that I've been demonstrating and working for the last 4 days and really needing to take some sort of break, get away, sort of relax, because working with the spirit world for 4 days is had a depletion on my energy, which has also caused me to need to take some time out, a well-deserved time out. But also for discussion, up for topic and discussion today, we're going to look at, is mediumship for me? And this comes off the back of a question that I was asked to me last night in a church down in Shropshire, where I was demonstrating for those who wonder what the path is like and if the right path or the path of mediumship is for you. I'll put some videos or pictures in, you can take a look at them, and then we'll get right to it. For them who ask me the question of, is mediumship for you, or is the path of mediumship something that I should do? I will always say to anybody who asks me this question, and I did to the lady last night, mediumship it will be something that you will be either drawn to, you will either fall into it like I did, or something will just line up where you need to take a bigger look at what is mediumship and how mediumship will work for you in whichever way. For many of you, you'll know that as I talk about mediumship, I don't put mediumship just down to giving messages, which is what I do. I believe mediumship has lots and lots of different aspects and levels and bits and pieces to it, that not everybody will do what I do, which is message bear for the spiritual world. Many people may be healers, trance workers, or may just be, that earth angel as they call them. And I don't really like that expression, but some people, we all need somebody to help, or somebody to take us, to the next level in whatever way, shape or form that may be. So mediumship isn't just about messages and making sure that you are a message bearer there. The spiritual artist, there's many complex different pieces to mediumship, if that makes sense. So when people say to me, Danielle, should I do mediumship? Is mediumship for me? I say it's a soul calling. It's something that you will just know. You will know that you are meant to do something with the spirit world. You know that you're meant to be doing something more with your life in some capacity, or you're meant to be giving a bit more in whatever capacity that may be. Sorry, the blossom's falling off the tray. So for those who ask me the question, I will say that it is ultimately something that you will be either drawn to, it'll be something that you want to take the next to. It'll be as if something's moving you, it's as if something's pushing you to go to that place, or to do these things, or whatever it may be there. Then people say to us, well, where do I go? What do I do if I go into mediumship, Danielle? And again, I say it's your own personal development, it's your own personal way, it's the way in which that you choose to go there, if that makes sense. Some people want to be a message bearer like me, but never quite hit that bar, or never sort of have that confidence to stand up on that rostrum, or sit in that private sitting, or whatever that may be, or just don't seem to be moving down the path as fast as other people may do. And that's not that you're not the message bearer, it's just that the spirit world probably have a different path for you. It's just you haven't found that path yet. I say all the time, having as many strings to your bow with mediumship is a really good thing, because ultimately you will then find where your true purpose is, or where your true path is within the mediumship movement. So whether that's trance, whether it be healing, whether it be message bearing, spiritual art, tarot reading, whatever, predicting the future, whatever it may be there, trying everything will help you to get a better understanding of where you're walking, or where the path is hidden there for you. Those who stick to one path and find that path gets stuck, or they're not moving forward, or they just can't seem to get it flow, then try something else. See whether or not that works for you, because ultimately you may not be on the right path, and maybe you need to alter that path in order so that you can find your true life purpose for the mediumship movement there. For me personally, mediumship has brought me a great deal of excitement over the last 5 years. It's brought me some incredible highs, but also some incredible lows. And on the mediumship journey, or the soul journey, I call it, mediumship isn't about just messages and these types of things. It's a soul journey. And a lot of people don't get that until they actually get down the road. It changes you. It changes everything about you. It changes your perspective on life. It changes your perspective on life after death. It changes your perspective on how you interact with other humans, what you will stand and what you won't stand. There is so much more to mediumship than just, you know, these paths that we do for the spirit world. It is what I call a soul journey. And I don't always understand that journey. I'll be really honest with you. Out there, I don't always get that journey. I don't get some of it in any way, and I don't understand it always. And sometimes when we're mediums or we're working for the spirit world or whatever it may be, we're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know everything. And that's half the sort of fun, half the fear, half the worry, half the stress, half whatever it may be. And you know, there's times I've wanted to really pack up with my mediumship and say, yeah, look, forget this, like, it's too much. I've been in tears more times than enough of my demonstration work because it hasn't gone the way that I thought it should have gone, or I haven't delivered that evidence that particular sitter was looking for, or, you know, I've had some people say bad things about us in the movement, you know, and that doesn't just come with the general public, that comes with the people that I associate with as well. And, you know, what I've learned on this journey is that everybody's at different levels, everybody's learning at different capacities. Some are further along the path, others are still sort of trying to get their path, or sort of trying to understand the knowledge, or whatever it may be there. And for me personally, it's been a very hard road. It hasn't always been easy, like I say, but I've had some incredible highs with my work, you know, and I've had some amazing messages and amazing places I've worked, you know, not only in the UK but also abroad, and I love every aspect of that. Is it challenging, and do I have to give certain things up? Yeah, family life is always at the top of that list, and I've had to give up on people that I've cared about and people I loved because they weren't meant to be on my path, and unfortunately we will meet people in all walks of life, whether it be doing mediumship or just in the general walking world, where we have to accept that some things just aren't meant to be, and unfortunately we have to let go and keep moving forward. And mediumship will allow you to move forward. Mediumship is a very lonely road, I would say, and not everybody will understand what I mean by that when I say it unless you walk the path. It is a very sometimes an incredibly hard road to walk. There's not many people get it or get your journey, because your journey is your journey, and this is what I'm talking about, is mediumship for you. Because what you'll find is that the journey you take with the spirit world or with yourself is only your journey. Lots of people will join you, but very few will stay with you, and them that do stay with you tend to be put there to either support you in some way or to help you evolve and grow, or you're there to help them evolve and grow. Other people we have to say goodbye to, because ultimately they're not part of the soul journey. We've learned all we can learn from them, and we have to let them go. And a mediumship is a very lonely road when you don't always understand everything that goes on with the spirit world. You sometimes don't know where to go for the answers, and you go to the spirit world and you're asking the questions and you're not always getting the answers back, because I didn't always get, you know, the answers back, unfortunately. Not all the time, you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I didn't. I've got to be honest with you on that one, you know. And sometimes, you know, I don't always know everything that I'm doing in my mediumship, or do I always know the rights or wrongs, you know. Sometimes I don't always get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, and sometimes I get it right, and when I think I've got it wrong. And it's a very complex sort of thing working for the spirit world, and you know, very different opinions out there of different things, and you know, it's just really tough sometimes, and it can be a really upsetting path as well. Like I say, I've seen myself in tears more times enough over my mediumship, more over the path I walk, whether it's the right path. Should I pull out? Should I not pull out? How much further do you want me to go? What more do you want me to do? You know, and all these questions very much all of the time. And yet in the back of my mind, or in the back of my soul, something I always says was, just keep going, Danielle, just keep going. So for them who ask, Is mediumship the path for you? Like the lady asked me last night, is the mediumship path for her? I can't tell you whether the path is for you or not. You will have to get on that path, walk that path, and find out for yourself if mediumship is really for you. And don't think that just because that path didn't work for you doesn't mean to say that other paths of mediumship won't work for you. And anybody who tells you what path you should be walking with the mediumship movement or any sort of connection to your soul journey, I wouldn't agree with that, because they don't know the journey. Only you know the journey. And very much for them who's in the general public, your life path is yours. Very few you will understand it and understand why certain things happen and why certain elements of losing people or whatever it may be happen to us. All you can understand is that it's your journey. You're doing the best you can with what you've got. The same with the mediumship. You're doing the best you can with what you got. You just got to go with it, and just it'll pan out whichever way it's meant to pan out. The biggest thing I talk about on this channel more than anything, and you hear me talk about it, is trust. Trust in that, you know, the spirit world's got your back. The spirit world's going to be there for you no matter which path you take, and know that whatever it is that you let go or whatever path you change, that the spirit world have your best intentions at heart. It's unfortunately we just don't trust that enough there. And that goes for your mediumship and all. Learning to trust, learning to give what you get will always, always be the best advice I can give to anybody in the mediumship movement or on any kind of journey, soul journey. Remember, asking for time out or asking to take a break, there's nothing wrong with that. We all need to take a break, like me today, you know what I mean? I'm whacked, you know what I mean? Like, I've got a lot going on elsewhere and personal matters that need addressing and, you know, these types of things. And there's been some massive changes for me over the last 6 months, as many of you have been watching that over Facebook. And I have to sometimes just step back, and I have to sort of take a break, and I have to sort of get a better understanding of where it is I'm going for the next part of my journey, which I know that journey's coming. That journey's been coming for a little while now, but there was some inner work and some soul work that I need to do, and I have to do them things in order to keep progressing as a human as well as a medium. So for them who are panicking, or them who don't know where they're going or what they're doing or whether mediumship's for you, I hope this video sort of helped you out a little bit. I hope it's sort of, you know, got you where you need to be, or give you a bigger insight into some of the paths that I walk. And I walk many different paths for the spirit world, whether it be trance, whether it be, you know, mediumship, whether it be healing. I do lots of different paths, but that's because I choose to. But then paths are offered to me. It's up to me what I do with them or what I don't do with them. Remember, the path for mediumship will open up for you if and when the time is right. They'll put the right person in front of you, the right situation or the right scenario, and it'll be up to you as to whether or not you get on that path and walk it or not. Only you know the answer, nobody else, only you. So for me, it's my day off today, and then I'm back to work tomorrow, and then I'm back on YouTube this Wednesday. I fell asleep last week, so take my apologies. I'm really, really tired these days all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. But then obviously I am in the northeast working back to back for 3 days again. It's incredibly busy for me as a medium at the moment. I was always a busy medium anyway, but I'm even busier now due to just the volume of work and the fact that people like my work so much, and I'm incredibly humbly grateful for that. I'll always be grateful for my support from Facebook, the support here on YouTube, which was only ever a hobby for me. It never was meant for anything other than, yet so many of you love it and love the way that I give over my sort of unique style of training there, and I'm a very, very true believer in, you know, I'm spirit based, I'm spirit trained. You know, I know that some people don't agree with that, but that's how I was trained, and I fundamentally like to do it because of the way that it suits me. It doesn't suit everybody, but it suits me. So I kind of thank the spirit world enough. I kind of thank, you know, you, the supporters, from the YouTube to the Instagram to all the social media that I have, to them that come and watch me work. I'm humbly grateful for my staff, my children. I never see them these days, I've got to be honest, because I'm so busy with other things. The sun's bleaching in there, it's absolutely lovely here, and I thought I'd do a video a little bit different, so I hope you enjoy this and let me know what you think of this video. We'll certainly, if it's something that you like, we'll certainly take a look and do a few more there. So for me, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to be doing a couple of the videos down here for the rest of the week, and they'll be all uploaded Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And hopefully I'll see you all on Wednesday night on YouTube for the live. I hope this video has been of some help. I hope it sort of let you understand that, you know, the path you walk isn't a bad path. It's just a path that always brings lots of different things and lots of different trials and tribulations, just like life. So for those who are watching, I hope I'll see you all very soon. For now, it's bye from me.